At just 6 years old, she was abandoned. No parents, no home. Just a name no one came back for. But years later, she became the sole heir to a billionaire's empire. Not by luck, not by chance, but because of a secret no one saw coming. Who was she really? And why did the richest man choose her? This story changes everything. Gate slammed shut behind her. "Wait, please, don't leave me," the little girl screamed, her tiny fists pounding against the cold metal. But the car was already pulling away. Fast. Too fast. "Mom, Dad." Her voice cracked, swallowed by the night as the red taillights disappeared into darkness. She stood there, shaking, clutching a small worn-out bag. Inside it, just a few clothes. And a necklace. That was the night Amara was left behind. Years passed, but that moment never left her. "You'll get used to it," one of the older girls once told her. "Used to what?" Amara asked quietly. "People leaving." Amara didn't respond. She never got used to it. She just stopped expecting anyone to stay. At the orphanage, life was simple and cruel in its own quiet way. Children came. Children left. But not her. Every time a couple walked in, her heart would race. Maybe this time, she'd whisper to herself. But it was never her. "Too quiet," one woman said. "Too old," another added. "She doesn't smile much." Amara heard it all. Every single word. One evening, as she sat alone by the window, the caretaker approached her. "Amara," she said gently, "why don't you try to be more cheerful? People like happy children." Amara turned slowly. "And if I pretend," she asked softly, "will they stay?" The caretaker had no answer. By 16, Amara had changed. She no longer waited. No longer hoped. She worked, studied, observed, and most importantly, she learned. "How do you always know when someone is lying?" a younger boy asked her one day. Amara smirked faintly. "They always say too much or too little." Across the city, in a towering glass building, Victor Hale stared out over everything he owned. Billions, companies, power, but none of it filled the silence in his life. "Sir, the board is waiting," his assistant said cautiously. Victor didn't move. "Cancel it." "Again, sir." Did I stutter? "No, sir." As the door closed, Victor sighed. "None of it matters," he muttered. "Not after what he lost." "Sir, there's been another report," his assistant said days later. Victor barely looked up. "About what?" "Your daughter." That got his attention. "Speak." "They still haven't found her." Victor clenched his jaw. "Or her child." Silence. Heavy. Painful. "Leave," he said quietly. Amara didn't know any of this. Her world was smaller. Survival. "Take this package to Hale Industries," her boss said one afternoon. "Me?" "Yes, you. Try not to mess it up." Amara rolled her eyes. "Relax, I won't." The city was busy that evening. Cars rushing. People shouting. Everything moving too fast. Amara crossed the street, focused on her delivery, when suddenly, "Watch out!" A car sped toward an elderly man stepping off the curb. Without thinking, Amara dropped the package and ran. "Hey!" She grabbed him hard and pulled him back just as the car zoomed past. Silence followed. Then heavy breathing. "Are you okay?" she asked. The man stared at her. Not answering. Just staring. "I asked if you're okay," she repeated. "Yes," he said slowly, "because of you." Amara shrugged. "Then be more careful next time." She turned to leave. Wait. She stopped. What's your name? She hesitated. Amara. The man's eyes narrowed slightly. Amara, he repeated. Something about it felt familiar. That man was Victor Hale. And he couldn't forget her. Find her, he ordered the next morning. Sir. The girl from yesterday. Right away. Days later. We found her. Victor leaned forward. Well. Her name is Amara, no last name, no records before age 6. Victor frowned. That's impossible. Exactly, sir. Family. Unknown. Victor stood slowly. Bring her to me. Amara wasn't impressed when she got the call. Hale Industries wants to see me, she laughed. For what? I don't know, her boss snapped. Just go. She walked into the massive building, unimpressed. Big place, she muttered. Miss Amara, a receptionist called. That's me. Mr. Hale is expecting you. Victor watched as she entered. Confident. Calm. Unafraid. You wanted to see me, she asked. Straight to the point. He liked that. Sit. I'm fine standing. Victor raised an eyebrow. You're not easily intimidated. Amara crossed her arms. Should I be? Victor studied her closely. Her eyes. Her voice. Tell me about your past, he said. Amara laughed drily. That's a weird request. Humor me. She sighed. I was left at an orphanage. No parents, no story, that's it. Victor leaned forward. Nothing else. She hesitated. There's one thing. Go on. A necklace. Show me. She pulled it out slowly. The moment Victor saw it, his breath caught. No, he whispered. Amara frowned. What? Where did you get this? I told you, I've had it since I was a kid. Victor stood abruptly. That necklace belonged to my daughter. Silence. Amara blinked. What? You're lying, she said. I don't lie about things like this. Then explain. Victor's voice lowered. My daughter disappeared years ago. She had a child. Amara's heart began to race. No. That child might be you. Amara stepped back. This is crazy. Is it? Victor said sharply. No records, no history, and you carry the one thing that ties you to my family. Amara shook her head. No, this doesn't make sense. Victor softened slightly. It will. Weeks passed. Tests were done. Questions asked. Truth uncovered. You're his granddaughter, the doctor confirmed. Amara sat in silence. Victor watched her carefully. Well, he asked. She looked up. So what now? Now, Victor said, you come with me. To your world. Yes. Amara scoffed. And do what? Pretend I belong there. Victor's voice hardened. You don't have to pretend. But entering his world wasn't easy. You can't be serious, one of the executives snapped. She's a nobody. Victor didn't flinch. She's my heir. That's absurd. Say that again, Victor said coldly. The room went silent. The news spread fast. She came from nowhere. She's after the money. She doesn't deserve it. Amara heard everything. Every whisper. Every insult. One night she confronted Victor. Why are you doing this? Because it's right. No, she said firmly, because you feel guilty. Victor paused. Maybe. Amara stepped closer. I didn't ask for this. And yet, Victor replied, you're exactly who this empire needs. Things escalated quickly. Lawsuits. Challenges, threats. You won't survive this, a relative told her coldly. Amara smirked. I've survived worse. At a critical board meeting. She's unqualified, one man argued. Then test me, Amara shot back. The room went quiet. Victor watched, intrigued. Give me a problem, she continued. Anything. They did. And she solved it. Quickly. Efficiently. Without fear. How did you? One of them began. Amara shrugged. I pay attention. Slowly things changed. Respect replaced doubt. Not completely. But enough. Victor approached her one evening. You've proven them wrong. Amara looked at him. Not all of them. He nodded. Not yet. But the biggest challenge was still coming. A final legal battle for control of the empire. If you lose, Victor said quietly, everything falls apart. Amara met his gaze. I won't lose. The courtroom was tense. Arguments flew. Accusations rose. She's manipulating him. She's an imposter. Amara stood tall. I didn't choose this, she said clearly, but I won't run from it. In the end, the decision came. Victor Hale's heir. Was Amara. Silence. Then shock. Then reality. Months later, Amara stood in front of the orphanage gates again. The same gates. The same place she was left behind. But this time, she walked in with purpose. You came back, the caretaker said, stunned. Amara smiled faintly. I told you I don't forget. She rebuilt it. Expanded it. Changed lives. Children laughed where she once cried. Hope replaced silence. One little girl tugged her sleeve. Are you rich? She asked innocently. Amara knelt down. I am now. Did someone save you? Amara paused. Then shook her head. No. She smiled gently. I saved myself. And somewhere in the city, people still talked. The girl they left behind. Yeah, someone replied. She owns everything now. But they never understood the truth. It wasn't about the money. It was about what she became. If this story moved you, if you believe strength can come from nothing, then make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Because stories like this are just the beginning.